All right, ladies and gentlemen, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know I haven't been around on these YouTube streets, but I have time today. But first and foremost, put a one in the chat. And this, I think we have this set up for only members only to comment because I don't want none of the trolls coming in here. This is just for the members right now. I was going to make the whole video for the members. I said, nah, we're going to keep this wide open because, you know, we breaking this story down, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to get in here. I'll give you a couple of seconds to get in here. And I saw a comment someone made earlier, and they said, you see, this is weird because he's talking about her again. Well, I said it earlier, and the members know this. I said it earlier. If you make yourself content, I'm going to talk about it. I said this months ago. I said this last year. I said this in December. I said in January. I said in February. I said if she makes herself content, I'm going to talk about it. But I'm going to do a little digging. Because, you know, us true journalists, we have sources. And we have access. While I'm not trying to spoil the investigation as it's ongoing, there is a criminal probe. And before I remove the picture, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put this picture in context. So to the left, we have a Secret Service agent that I photographed. And to the right, we have a picture of the infamous that I too photographed. So this is original content. This is not, this is stuff I shot. This is probably why you didn't see this picture. Then we're going to talk about how she went from red to gray in a matter of months. I don't know how that happened, but I looked at the timeline and said, wait a minute. I had to rub my eyes again. But this is a Secret Service. And you'll understand why the Secret Service agent is significant in a minute. Well, maybe in a few minutes. But first and foremost, thank you for joining in. Let me get this picture down off the page. You know, I cannot do this live with her looking in my face as I'm about to blow it up. I can't do it. So you're going to have to look at this face. Hey, everybody. Hey, how's everyone doing? Okay. So let's get right into it. I don't want to waste your time. I know we have things to do. I know, it's a Sunday. Some of us may be playing golf and doing this and doing that. I had an interesting golf game. You guys got to follow me on Twitter, by the way. You got to follow my page on Twitter because I tweet more than I'm on YouTube. And it's paid off. And I tell people who are actually in the media, they should be more engaging on Twitter because Twitter is where your work gets sourced nationally, internationally. So I say I tweet a lot. When you're looking for hard news, people don't tend to go to YouTube. They go to Twitter and then they source it, and then plus it's been a tool that us members of the press have used since the inception of Twitter. And that's before Leon bought I say Leon, and anyone know where that name came from? Since Leon bought the app. So last couple of days, I think it was probably this weekend, the infamous shared that she or her Google account was subpoenaed by the Fulton County District Attorney's office. So people are saying, why is she putting her business out there like that? Why is she putting her business out there like that? Why is she talking about this subpoena that was served upon the records of custodian for Google? And they was like, wait, well, she's being transparent. That's why she's telling people. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't really buy that crap. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. First of all, I want you guys to put this in context. I want you guys to use your thinking cap and think about the date of that subpoena and think about why it's now being talked about this week. Do you guys believe that she didn't see the subpoena when the notification from Google when they first sent it to her? But she presented it like she just saw it and it just came to her knowledge that there was a subpoena that was served on the custodial records at Google. And for those who don't know, Google owns YouTube, Gmail accounts, and other related brands. But someone wonder, why did she share this with her followers? Was she being transparent? No, I tell you what she was doing. She was signaling the people that she's been communicating with. She was not her followers. She was signaling the people that she's been communicating with, which prompted the DA's office to not only subpoena her Google account, search warrants on her phones, her messages, her text messages, her deleted messages. And some say, well, it went back to 2021. I wonder why it go back to 2021. Wonder why it went back to 2021. So some people say R. Kelly. No, it wasn't R. Kelly. It had nothing to do with R. Kelly. It had nothing to do with R. Kelly. R. Kelly cases are adjudicated, meaning they're done. She had some involvement in R. Kelly's case for those who've been following her, but that's not why the Fulton County District Attorney's Office issued not one subpoena, but several subpoenas. She's only telling you guys about one subpoena because probably she don't have connections. But rest assured, as you watch the Nestor case, as you watch YSL case, the prosecutors just don't send one subpoena out. They send a plethora of subpoenas out to get any digital evidence that they can probably use to prosecute a case. So this, yes, is a criminal probe. This is not, oh, maybe this is for some civil stuff. This is a criminal probe. The district attorney prosecute cases. This is a criminal probe. So I also heard talk about she probably should have this subpoena quashed. Not squashed, but quashed. Well, she didn't do it. She never had a plan on doing it because it would have been done within the 7 days that was served upon her. They gave a notification that she should contact her attorneys and have her attorneys contact them, but they had to fulfill the request by the district attorney's office. The DA's office have sent subpoenas out to Google, YouTube, Instagram, but she's only telling you about Google. And you're saying she's sharing some really serious information. It's because she's signaling the people that she might be dealing with and putting it out there for them to pick up. You send signals not just to your followers, you send signals to the people that you're dealing with. Because if your phone is tapped, wiretapped, then they're going to know that you made a direct contact with those people. If you send a text message, they're going to know it. So her two phones, one phone, well, a phone, some phone, they send subpoenas out. They just don't tell you when they get a return on those subpoenas. They don't tell you everything. But Google is a private corporation and they handle record keeping different than other agencies, private companies. So she might not know her phone records were subpoenaed. You don't think the Fulton County District Attorney's Office was not? This is a powerful tool, ladies and gentlemen. This tool is very powerful. This tool, along with other digital devices, are very powerful. And they store a lot of information. They store information that is encrypted, that is deleted. And you know this to be true because just in the last 3 or 4 days, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, had his phone seized again, as well as some of his cabinet members had their phones seized because the phone retains the information. Certain things that's on the phone, you got to put hands on it. When she got locked up back probably, I don't know, a couple of months ago, they had her phones. They had the physical phones. Say hello to Cellbrite. Cellbrite is a powerful tool. Think about it. She stayed in for 10 days. She stayed in longer than people would have stood in for that long period of time. And you guys know that it helped facilitate her release, but they weren't trying to release her. They were not trying to release her right away. She was wondering, why am I here so long? Why am I not being transported to the other county? Do you guys think that was a coincidence that she was there that long and wasn't a charge in that county? Do you guys actually think that they kept her there that long without transporting to another county? They needed her physical phone. She doesn't tell. She probably didn't know this at the time, but she's heavily involved in 2 cases. Not just as a quote unquote vlogger, but she's involved intimately in both cases. And you don't think that would raise the antennas of the prosecutors, these investigators? They're very seasoned investigators. Some of them, let me just say this, they're very seasoned investigators. And if they think someone is involved in the case that they're investigating, then they're going to look under the rocks. A good investigator will turn rocks, look under rocks, look at the tables, look at everything. So when people say that it's the haters they're coming after, no, it's your behavior. It's no mystery that you have been involved. You've been accepting gifts from individuals that are involved in this case. So why don't you think that would be a concern for the people that are trying to prosecute criminals? They're trying to prosecute criminals. They're trying to make the streets of Fulton County safe. And I don't think they're too happy with a person who's not even from the county coming in and interfering with their case. Do you see how quick people get charges put on these RICO cases because of their involvement? So she just told you about the one Google subpoena. And she'll probably learn down the road there's search warrants. She'll probably learn down the road there's search warrants on a phone. Because let me just give you an example. If that had been me, knowing what I do for a living full time, the first thing I would have did is actually move to have it quashed. Because most of my communication is relative to my work. And it's all legitimate. So there's a thing called Shill's Right law in Georgia that protects members of the press. But she didn't know that. She could have approached this differently if she had clean hands. But she don't have clean hands. Her hands are dirty. Her hands are dirty. When you start accepting gifts, and that's something that is in the professional code of ethics for journalists, accepting gifts and not disclosing that you're accepting gifts. And they know this. And then you're sitting in the courtroom trashing the prosecutors. I don't know any of my, well, I think one of my colleagues was subpoenaed, and that was George Cheedy in the election interference, because he was at the state house and he saw some things. So they wanted him to get in front of the grand jury and tell them what he saw. And he was there. He was there, and I'm going to show you why this is so important. He was there. He witnessed some things. They could have called him up, and he could have talked about what he saw at the State House. He was one of the last people that was to testify in front of the grand jury as it relates to Trump election interference. And I'm going to tell you why Trump election interference is important to this live, and why that photo of the Secret Service agent is important to this live. Well, they ultimately indicted Trump and his co-defendants, and it was a return of obviously a true bill by Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade at the time. And Nathan Wade, along with Madam DA Fonnie Willis, held a press conference that evening. It was late. It was a very, very late press conference. One of the latest ones that I covered in Fulton County. But they held a press conference. And they talked about the indictment and so forth and everything. And then she says, Madam DA says, she's giving people a certain amount of time to turn themselves in. She's giving people a certain amount of time to turn themselves in. So me as the journalist, start the clock. And I believe it was August 25th was the deadline for people to turn themselves in. You guys can check the date. I'm just going off the dome. It was August 25th that they had all the defendants had to surrender. Well, they all surrendered. That would be Trump, and that would be all the other defendants. They surrendered. Mugshots started popping up all over the place as they surrendered. And who was at the jail during that time, waiting for each defendant to surrender? It was me. It was very hot. In August. It was so hot, sweltering. So I conducted interviews outside, and I talked to different people as they were coming in. I got presses with Giuliani and other individuals that were being indicted. So when former President Trump came in, I was right there getting the first shot of him coming in with Secret Service. And that's one of the agents from the Secret Service. So I posted a video on my TikTok page. And you guys are going to follow where I'm going with this. I posted a picture on my TikTok page, a video on my TikTok page of the motorcade coming in, bringing in former President Trump. And I went live. I went live on Instagram. And I don't know if people follow me. I don't know who was on my live, but it was one person was on my live during the time. Got on my live as I went live. I think I brought two people on my live as I was coming in. One of the people was Infamous Sylvia. So it was Infamous Sylvia that I brought in on my live, letting her know I'm here reporting live outside the jail. And you guys said, why is that so important right now? And this goes back into the scamming part. This goes into the scamming part. Well, I said, damn. And this just was made aware to me today, early this morning. So this is why I'm doing the video. I'm outside working as I should be as a journalist. And then you guys, I want you to follow me on my TikTok page, because I don't think I have that on. I might have something on Instagram, but I posted content of that date and gave kind of timeline. And I interviewed some Black Trump supporters. I interviewed some of the content I didn't release yet. I was planning on dropping some on TikTok. So as I'm going through my TikTok, I released three videos, three piece of content in the last 2 days. But during the time, I posted that video of the motorcade coming in on my TikTok page. I think it received like 100-something thousand views on it, or 60,000. I don't know. It was a crazy number. I know I got over 100,000 something views on one of those videos. So remember, I said I went live, and Sylvia got on my live because she wasn't there. Now here's where it gets kind of crazy, and I'm going to show you the type of person she is. And I had to put her on blast, because if I do the work, you can't run out and start taking the credit for the work you didn't even do. You can't rewrite history. You cannot rewrite history. And this is what a journalist's job is to do, to perfect the record in history. So this is what she did, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? You ready for some receipts, ladies and gentlemen? You're ready? You're ready. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. This is what she does. Let me pull some receipts up. She could probably delete it now, but I screenshot it. She could probably delete it now. But here we go. Let me pull this up here, ladies and gentlemen. So this is outside the Fulton County Wright Street. And this officer carrying the long gun was literally standing in front of me, a couple of feet away from me. So, and if you look in the background, that's Secret Service detail and the sheriff in the background. One guy's the Secret Service, the other guy's the sheriff department. And you have a sheriff department in the foreground. So we're going to zoom in. I want to make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to zoom this in so you can see the caption here. Let's see if you guys see it. So this is on Infamous TikTok page. So she says, Trump came to be fingered at Wright Street, jail, blah, 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 finding will. These are the hashtags. So I said, why is she posting this? I'm saying, now listen, follow me here, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me here. Follow me here. So she posts this on TikTok. And I said, okay, why is she posting this? And this is not her content. So then I start reading the comments. I read the comments. So this is what she says under the same related piece of footage. This was a video, but I did a screen grab on it because the officer with the long gun, I actually shot several pictures of him, because he was in front of me. Sharp pictures, like money shots. I get the money shots. I don't get the funny shots. So here's another screen grab. And this is from the same footage that she posted. She says, I'm going to zoom it in. This is from the same, I want you to see. So I want you to see, make sure you see. So this is the same officer that I took the picture of. This is just, his face is cropped a little bit. And this is from the sheriff's department. She says, this was last year. I am just putting all my old footage on TikTok. I am learning to use the platform. Well, Miss Sylvia, this is not your footage. You said my old footage. This is not your footage. I actually know the person that shot the footage that you posted. He's a colleague with the Associated Press. So this is not your footage. How's your footage? And you're on FaceTime, Instagram with me. So it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. It gets better. Hold on a second here. Let me zoom this out. So I'm wondering why is this woman saying that she's posting old footage of her outside the jail where Trump surrendered himself and when she wasn't even there? I'm just getting to post my old footage. So you're telling your followers that you actually shot the footage that you weren't even at. You didn't say that some footage. You said my footage. You're going to have to explain that because you weren't even there. So initially, I thought it was my footage because I posted maybe one or two. I think I only posted a clip of the former president coming in, but I shot a bunch of shots of Secret Service, Sheriff Department, visuals, stuff I didn't publish because I don't put my stuff out there just to throw it out there. I'll put something out there if I'm going to share across different platforms. So I'm saying, why is this woman saying my footage? She's posting her footage. Then I look further. So she started posting content that really wasn't her. So there, in the YSL case, it was footage that she posted where, let me show you how she's misleading the people. So you guys put in context. She posted footage of the sheriff's clearing the courtroom in the YSL case. But the only problem with that footage is they didn't even allow her inside the courtroom at the time she posted the footage. They kept her outside the courtroom while they let AJC and the pool cameraman in the courtroom. She was never even allowed into the courtroom. So even that footage, you didn't even give the person who shot that footage, which was Tony, who shot the footage. You didn't even give Tony credit. So you're monetizing other people's content and not even giving them credit. And then in this one, you blatantly lied and said this is your footage. Well, it's not your. How are you gonna be at the jail and on my live at the same time? So it's like it makes me wonder that the people who are saying that she's scamming them, it's truth to it, because clearly you weren't not there. It's not. I know for a fact you weren't there. You couldn't even get past the checkpoint. They erected a checkpoint. You don't get in front of that jail unless you go through a security checkpoint. So the Secret Service guy that I took a picture of was right there where you are supposed to have been, because it's your footage. But the Secret Service, no, you weren't there, because if you zoom into that picture, if you zoom close in that picture, look at his glasses. I'm in his glass. I'm in his glasses. If you zoom in the picture, you can see me. I don't see you in that. You were not even in the frame. The Secret Service, like, you think the Secret Service is going to lie and say that you were there? No, you weren't there. See, this is why she didn't tell you everything about the subpoena. She told you about a subpoena, and she might not know about the other ones. And I think she's been covering a YSL. She knows how the prosecutors get down. She knows how the investigators get down. They don't just stop at a Google account. They go for your phone records, your text messages, your deleted messages, your videos start in membership section. They get all that. They say, give me that. We want to see everything. We want to see everything. We want to see who you're communicating with. We want to see who you're transferring money back and forth to. We want to see who's sending you cash apps. What do you think? They just going to look at your Google account? That's what you told the people. That's what you told the people. But the smart people know that they do a deep dive in a RICO case, a state RICO case, and they're just going to look at your Google account? Come on. So my point is, if you're going to lie about something like this that can be verified, what else are you lying about? What else are you lying about? If you're going to lie about someone else's footage, what else are you lying about? So I had to put that out there, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was really significant because you keep saying people are picking on you. People are doing this to you. You could have simply said, this is footage that you got from, you probably know what the person, where you got the footage from. You cannot show no one that you actually shot that any footage there because you weren't there. You weren't there. You were on my live at home. So unless you transported yourself past the security checkpoint, past the Secret Service, past the sheriffs, past the blockade, you weren't there. Because the reporters that were out there very early. And some of them stayed overnight. Some of them stayed overnight. Then I'm sure you would have did interviews if you were there. Because I know, why would you do an interview? A few people. Talk to somebody. So this is what I'm saying. This is a person that was handed by Judge Whitaker a sheet to review as a journalist and follow some of the professional codes of ethics. So you're violating the professional codes of ethics in our profession. What else are you doing? You're the only person I know that is involved in a criminal probe in this RICO case. that's part of the media. And I say that lightly. I'm not gonna hold on, guys. You guys didn't take my screen. My thing was okay. Okay, here we go. So I want you guys just to put your thinking caps on and ask yourself a question. Why would she put out that the Fulton County District Attorney's Office has subpoenaed her account? It's not because she wants the people to inform the people. She wants the people that she's dealing with to know they on her ass. She wants the people that she's dealing with to know that. It's not like she's gonna pick up the phone and say, "Yo," nah. She want to put it out there so she can say, "I just did it as a member of the press. I want the people to know. I want to be transparent." The first thing I would be doing is contact my attorney and let them put a plan together to get it quashed. You didn't do that. You ran to YouTube. You went to social media. And the reason why you went to social media is because you knew they had you dead to right. They got you. They on your ass. You know they are. You know they are. And they had your phones in their possession. They might have had a warrant when they had your phones. You stayed in there 10 days. They had your phones. Unless you gave your phones to someone else. No, you didn't give your phone to someone else. Because the other person didn't come down. He went back to Africa. Oh, we'll leave that alone. So little gaming channel. Let me and that's little gaming channel. I want you to follow me here. People take content all the time. And that's not the issue. That's not the issue. What the issue is, and let me little gaming channel. This is where I want you to look at this here. The point I'm making here. It's not people taking content. They do it all the time because it's they take content, they use it to do commentary. They use it to report. They use it to tell a story. They use it to educate. And they pretty much let people know, hey, I'm putting a disclaimer here. But in what I showed you here, and I'll put it back up again one more time. She says here, this was last year. I am just putting up all my old footage. Well, this is not our old footage. This is not a new footage. It's not our footage. That's the difference. That's the difference. She's saying it's her footage. Not if you using footage, someone say this is my footage. No, you didn't say that. You're using it and you put a disclaimer there. Fair use disclaimer. That's a big difference. It's a big difference. So people monetize content all the time. But this wasn't like telling the story. You said it was your footage. Because if it was my footage and you said it was your footage, I'm striking your page. And the person that footage belongs to might strike a page. So there's a difference. I get you. People use it, but this is not what I'm trying to explain here. I think put a 1 in chat, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm trying to go at with this. It's not that she just uses someone's. It's on TikTok. TikTok's platform is different than YouTube. There's different than Instagram. There's different than Twitter. So there's a difference. So if you are gonna lie about that, that's different than you using content to create content. That's totally different. That's totally different. That content that she posted wasn't part of the media pool content. It was someone who worked for a corporation who shot the footage, but she said it was hers. But how is it hers and she's on live with me while I'm actually out there working in the hot sun? That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not like I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm trying to point out here. If you're lying about footage that you own and you're posting 2 pieces of footage that you didn't give either person credit, but you're monetizing it, and it's not like in YouTube, and you guys know how TikTok is. It's different. If she's not no. She has a media card on that says I'm a journalist, but she tells the judge I'm a vlogger. She don't say I'm a vlogger on the media card. She said I'm a journalist. So hello. So that's my point. I want to bring in. I'm gonna drop the link. I want to bring in. I saw V Lenore here. Let me bring in V Lenore, and I'm gonna drop the link in gaming channel. I know you be in these streets. We'll drop that right there. You can join. You can come in and join. That's for V Lenore, the gaming channel, and I dropped the link. Let me pin it right here. I don't think I pin it. Hold on. So you can click on that here. Let me move that off that page there. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Okay, so now we have the Nestor RICO case. And let's talk about the Nestor RICO case. Appreciate you, brother. Let's talk about the Nestor RICO case. Deputy District Attorney Will Wooten filed a series of motions in the last couple of weeks. And one of the motions was addressing Ernest Williams's request to exclude. He had several motions. One, he didn't want media to have access to cover his case electronically. He didn't want the Fulton County District Attorney's office to be able to talk to the press. Well, those motions were denied by Judge Donaway. But within that motion, it was mentioned that Sylvia had did certain things as it relates to being a member of the press. And Ernest Williams availed himself to her, and they pulled video footage of certain things. And they had access to that by way of, I just saw you, Amanda, you can come back up. You just dropped off, Amanda. They had access to that just by way of it being available online. And I'll tell you why I don't believe that the subpoena was to get that YouTube video. There was another YouTuber in the YSL case that they had used footage from her channel, and that was Lovely T. They never subpoenaed her to get the video. They used the video as evidence. The difference is they subpoenaed her and her Google account, and they're obviously looking for more than just YouTube clips. I don't believe that they subpoenaed her just solely for the Nestor case. And obviously, if they find things relative to YSL or any other case that she might be working on, that might be an issue. But she has to, in my opinion, play the position that she wants people to see it. And she's a journalist. She should play that position, and then she should come out with her attorneys and say, no, you're violating my right as a member of the press, and we don't want you to have access to my confidential source information, because I have sources and they communicate with me. You rest assured we would be fighting a subpoena to get information from my sources as a member of the press. Rest assured we'll be doing that. But that's not what she did in this case. She knew about it. If you're a member of the press, you fight that. You protect your right, your First Amendment right. You don't sit back and get on YouTube and talk about what they're doing and, you know, poking the bear. That's not how you poke the bear. You poke the bear with your lawyer. The term you fight him with a lawyer. That's the way you do it. You know, they're not just going and just serving journalists subpoenas for no reason. In George Cheaty's situation, he witnessed something that apparently occurred at the Georgia House that they wanted to have him speak about. Ultimately, he didn't have to do that, but he showed up. He accepted subpoena. He didn't fight it. He showed up. He, you know, I'm uncomfortable whenever a governmental body asks a member of the press for their confidential source information, because now you are you're exposing your sources to public scrutiny if they choose to use that information. So it's a big difference. So I believe that the reason why, this is my opinion, the reason why she told everyone about the subpoena is because she might have wanted the people, not everybody, she might want certain people to know that this is happening, and she wasn't picking up the phone and calling and say, hey, listen, my phone is tapped and this, Let me just put it out there. And everyone adjusts accordingly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, who else would be that foolish to say this? Just say, oh, they subpoena my, but not do a inquiry as to what they were looking for, because they tell you in the letter that you received that you can inquire as to what specifically did they ask for. You don't know what specifically they asked for, or what they were sent, Because I heard in testimony, I want to say last week, there was a witness on the stand, the YSL case. I want to say he was a representative from Sprint T-Mobile, and he testified that sometimes they send more information than is requested, and sometimes that's by accident. But you don't know what they asked for, or what they have, or what they're holding, or what they're sitting on. And by the way, the DA number is a number that you're not going to be able to trace and see what the number. The DA number is the DA number. That's not something that you're going to be able to search. Oh, I got the DA's number, their investigation number. No, it's under investigation. You're never going to have access to that information. I won't say never. You won't have access to it until they concluded what they're doing. You won't have access to it. Maybe you can walk up to DA Love tomorrow and say, DA Love, I got this. Can you tell me what this is about? Not so fast. Not so fast. Or DA Love may scream out the word that she screamed out last week. The word that I posted on Twitter. It was pretty funny. When DA Love said the word rich homie Quan, and then she said, it's Sunday, so I'm not going to say it, but she said it with so much passion. I said, I wouldn't want to get in a custom match with that woman. She said that was so much, it was like it was a knife cutting through when she said the word. You know what I'm going to say. You're going to type in there. I'm not going to say it, but don't type it in there. But when she said that word, I said, oh my goodness, this woman is a cusser. She's a cusser. But DA Love, I don't want no beef with you. I already got Sandra Ingram on my ass. Private joke, guys. You would have to be following me on Twitter to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, she's not telling you everything, guys. Well, she might not know everything, because certain search warrants you don't get the chance to see until later on. Later on, like in the feds, for example, they will send target letters out. They'll send letters out, and you won't find out until months later, until a case is over with, that you were one of the people that was under investigation. You don't know this stuff. That's the feds. The state out. They don't work like that. You literally have to make some phone calls. So my point, ladies and gentlemen, today is that is she gonna lie about the little things like that that can be verified? Because now she's gonna say, well, I didn't say it was mine. You said it was yours. So go ahead and delete it, go ahead and edit, whatever you gotta do. You said it was yours. You said it was, you was out there in the sun with me. Girl, if you was out there in the sun with me, I would have took your picture. And this time we were cool because I brought you on my live. We were cool. We were cool. I would have put you on, but I would have took your picture and everything. September 2026. No, it was another. No, it was an August date. It was an August date. It was an August date. Who else saw the letter? Who else saw the letter? Who else saw the letter? It was an August date. She said it so. It was back in August. Unless they're doing another one. They got notified August 6th. She had so they got notified August 6th. She had 7 days to respond, which will put her around August 13th. Hello. From the letter, it says 7 days. It was dated August 6th. So I saw the screen grab of it. So if they got it August 6th and they served the process with the records, custodial records, they want it now. They don't want to wait months later. This is an investigation. They typically turn it over relatively quick. Right. Of course, Google had to be notified. They had to serve it on Google. And then Google would in turn notify that individual. You gotta remember, this is 30 days later. They got what they want already. They got what they want already. It's nothing to quash. There's nothing to quash. Because they're trying to make squash now. They're trying to make squash right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I dropped the link. Come on up. Oh my goodness, I'm saying, whoa. Appreciate you, the little gaming channel. Thank you for the super chat, the little gaming channel. Right. Tina, they did the hollow shuffle on her. I definitely wouldn't be going to social media and okay, so what do you accomplish by telling people that you just got subpoenaed? It's not really a good look. It's not something you want to brag about. Why are they subpoenaing me? Hello? Why are they subpoenaing me? I'm a reporter. Why would they subpoena me? Why would they want my Google? My Gmail account? Because they want to see your emails. They want to see who you're communicating with. So intrusive. They want to see those pictures you were sending me. No, I was joking. Just joking, guys. I'm just joking. Just joking. Just joking. There's no pictures. There's nothing compromising here. Well, they might find some compromising audios that you might send to other people. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know the people are probably right now punching the air right now. They're trying to get in, but this is only for members. Only members can comment on this. As much as I want you other guys to comment, just subscribe. You can leave a comment. Actually, won't have a chance to leave a comment because it's only for members. So punch the air if you want. Let's see here. Let me shout out the members in the building here. Let's see here. We got a lot of members in here. All right. Okay, and that's the other thing. Someone pointed that out. Let me highlight that real quick. Well, first of all, I want to highlight this here. Okay. Appreciate the love. Hold on. Let's see here. Now, let me say something also. Last week, I posted a photo on Twitter of one of the court deputies, Sergeant Ingram. I don't think he's a bad guy. I'm going to say that right now. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he was just being a little too aggressive. And he might be playing more closely to the prosecution's beat than the defense. And I just think that as someone who is the part of security, shouldn't be doing the extra stuff. And that's just my belief, ladies and gentlemen. That's my belief. Hold on a second here. Wait, dear Dennis, you're in hot water. Oh shoot. Oh my goodness. I'm in hot water, guys. Is it bubble bath water or just hot water? Anyway, we'll talk about that later. We were supposed to be on live last night, but I didn't. Shout out to V. Lenore, the lovely, the incomparable V. Lenore. V. Lenore, what's going on? Let's see here. Miss Mez. I'm going to say Miss Mez Reyes. Appreciate the super sticker. The illegal paralegal. Are you playing with me? Shout out to the legal paralegal. Thank you for the super sticker. Let's see. Who did I miss? Okay. Who did I miss? Okay. Okay. All right. Let me get back here. I know I stay in hot water with V. Listen. I do stay in hot water with V. I got to do better, ladies and gentlemen. I got to do better. We were supposed to go. I was supposed to go live yesterday at 6 p.m. I was out and about. I was actually running around. I had to go to the Apple store, pick up. I bought me a Magic keyboard for my tablet. I bought this 13-inch tablet. I need a Magic keyboard, and I like it. It's sturdy and everything, but we'll see how it works out. And that's what took me so long. I was stuck in. Once I get in an electronics store, I'm looking at everything. The newest technology. It's just a thing I like to do. Let's see here. Let me get her over here. Okay. So I want to talk about this. Do you guys think that it's normal that prosecutors are subpoenaing journalists who are working in the official capacity? I'm dropping the link. Do you think it's normal that prosecutors are reaching out to journalists working in their official capacity? Is it really normal that they do that? Because there would be a hearing, a hearing like that to quash a subpoena, it'll be heard with another Superior Court judge. You better hope it's not Judge Glanville, because that's going to be denied. That's going to be denied. And it can't be heard in front of Judge Whitaker. Oh, God. Joe, what up, Joe? Joe, talk to me, Joe. Jay, what's up, Jay? Jay, what's going on, Jay?
Hello.
I
have a question. Why are you hating on Sylvia?
Why are you out of here? I take the trolls out of here. Get out of here. Okay, let me bring it back up. Jay.
Hello.
Goodbye. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyone else? Come on, come on up. Anyone else? Anyone else want to come up here and make a fool out of himself? Come on up. You want to make a fool out of yourself? Come on up. I bet Jay won't do that again. Who else is next? Who else is next? Come on up. Who's the next one? Click on the link. This time, show your face. You come up here again, show your face. I knew you was on some BS when you have you got to come up on camera. Stand on business. If you want to talk to me, get up here on business, stand on the camera and talk to me. Don't come up here like that again. You get the hee-ho. Right. Remember her justification, Judge Page, was that she took on etiquette class. That quashed her as a journalist. What is she talking about? She took on etiquette class? Okay. Okay. You guys know what I'm talking about. Well, I used to hate when she did that around me. What are you doing? The heck are you doing? Don't do that around me. Show some etiquette. Show a little etiquette. Don't just be coming up here making these sounds, telling the judge you took etiquette. What does that have to do with journalism? I heard that, and the judge was like, okay. Judge probably said, I should have worn my boots to court because she's giving me a lot of bull crap. And I'm stepping in it. My goodness. Did the keyboard keep? No, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't. Okay. Janetta, come on camera now. Don't be coming up here. I see you there. Janetta, come on camera. Come on camera. Come on camera. Don't be scared. Come on camera. Never seen you before. Come on.
Real talk, bougie. I just really wanted to show off my porch swing.
You want to do what?
I can't come on. I came on camera on her show so I could show off my porch swing.
Your who?
That's all, but I don't show off my face. Right now, my hair is messed up. I just have a question about this motion to quash. I'm interested in that.
Okay. Because I'm ready now. I got that. Oh, yeah, let's go.
No, I'm a lawyer in Alabama, so I'm interested in this motion to quash. So I filed the motion to quash in a civil case, and it was denied. So from my understanding, I don't think it's likely. I mean, it's very difficult to get those granted. Now, however, even though my motion to quash was denied, the evidence still didn't come in because you're better off arguing that the evidence is, based off the evidence rules, it shouldn't come in as prejudicial. My argument was it was medical records they was trying to get in, and my argument was that the person they couldn't authenticate the records. They didn't have a expert basically. So that's how I got it. The evidence didn't come in. So I think it's too late, like you said, to even file a motion to quash. But even so, I think it would be denied.
Absolutely, especially in light of the fact that this is it's my belief that this is a part of a RICO investigation. And if she's a target, I'm not saying she is, but people can get charged after the fact. There are people who people think that because he got indicted, that others couldn't be involved. For example, obstruction of justice. If you try to obstruct justice in an ongoing investigation, and you might be a target, I don't think a judge would deny them having access to something like records, because they need to be able to conduct it to exclude her from doing any wrongdoing or to include her for doing any wrongdoing. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree on that. The arguments that could have been made was that it would be burdensome for them to produce it, and I don't think that would be burdensome for them to produce Google records that they
They do
keep
it all
all
the
the
time.
time.
Right.
Yeah, so that would have been the most successful argument, because as far as like the argument based off the evidence rules, they'll let them get the records, and then we'll argue that later in court, and then we'll just deny it at that time. So yeah, it's not as easy to get emotional quash as she made it seem. So yeah, but what did have you seen where if I'm not sure if this is involving Nestor's case, but maybe his attorney was served with these subpoenas, because the other party has to be served and have notice that the subpoena's going out. I
Not
guess if
all,
it's
not
directly.
all, counselor, not respectfully, not all subpoenas in an ongoing investigation. And I'll point to Diddy's case.
Uh-huh.
They served over 300 subpoenas. They served tons of subpoenas he didn't even know about. He didn't
Oh
know.
yeah, that makes sense. Well, I've done subpoenas in the civil aspect of it. So to me, if I and other people can't get them quashed in civil cases, then it's less likely in the criminal case.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
because I guess I'm just trying to be nosy here and just trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Because it could be they're trying to get, because she does have a lot of information on her page regarding, I guess, videos that was turned over to her. She put in her memberships. I don't know if they would necessarily need a subpoena for that.
Well, they if it's a membership and they don't have they can say I'm a member and I can get it, but they want to make sure if they're going to present it to a judge that the Google has authenticated those videos.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It had to be authenticated. That's why they would have to do it subpoena. That's
Absolutely.
true.
They have to authenticate anything they're going to put in front of a judge, and they want to use it as evidence. So they would have to issue subpoenas, phone records, whatever.
So I was out because I was kind of thinking maybe it had something to do with that, but it's just no telling. I mean, she has so much going on. There's no telling. So I guess just have to wait and see. But I'm just like, I'm very intrigued by this.
I would say
Could
that
it?
it's definitely not R. Kelly. I would say it's not R. Kelly at all.
No, I don't think it would be R. Kelly. And then, some people thought it involved the Dana J, but that's in another county.
No, it's another county.
And I kind of think that the YSL, they pretty much I don't know if if she would have anything they could use. So I'm kind of thinking maybe this is involving this though, or maybe her and Sonya had some kind of communication. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Maybe.
But,
Yeah, they had a lot of communication. I would say, I believe it 80%, 70% Nestor, 30% YSL.
yeah, that's still because at YSL, if they could find something, I mean, they're kind of struggling because they're surprised. I mean, their prize witnesses, not working out, so they are struggling. So, but I don't know what she could offer to YSL though. I think
Yeah,
she
you're
has
right.
more.
Yeah. Nothing criminal because she don't know really much about that case. She's repeating where others are repeating.
Yeah, that's true. But as far as his though goes, he went on there and he really incriminated himself in that 2 hour live, and then the video that he thinks is going to help him of his daughter. I could see them using that against him. But there's a lot involving this though, so I think
Wait a
it's probably.
minute. Nestor has the financial crimes, and then he has the other indictment, and that's probably more along the lines of what they may be probing because they're two different indictment numbers.
That's true.
So that could be.
Well, he hasn't been indicted in the other case.
Okay, he wasn't indicted in the. Was he indicted?
Oh, you know what? He was indicted on two of those financials. Then they did a no pros, and then they brought back the RICO.
Right.
So, but as far as
did.
like the involving the child and all that other stuff, it's I don't know what I can say on YouTube. That other case, he hasn't been indicted on.
Okay.
Yes. They haven't indicted on that yet. But there's the video of the daughter. They probably would use
witness
that.
tampering would be. Witness tampering would be something that they could be looking at, tampering with a witness in a criminal probe.
Bingo.
You know, witness tampering. I mean, that's what I said this last year. I said earlier in the year that this does appear to be witness tampering if things are being, and this is just me speculating, but we don't know what the conversations were through text messages between her and his side piece. We don't know what those communications are. They may know what the communications are, but we don't know. So if they try to get a witness tampering, that's another conversation.
Well, that video, do you think that video that she did that revealed the information for the victims, that could be considered witness tampering?
If the witness fled the state because of that exposure, and the two of them are so tight, and she's visiting him in jail, her allegiance appears to be more to him. And Sonia, who is not media, should keep her butt out of the media room. I'll say that again. You're not media. Keep your butt out the media room. Keep your butt out the media room. You're not media. The security checkpoint, you're not supposed to come past that checkpoint, by the way. This is for you, Sonia. You're not media.
You still upset about that?
Yeah, I'm sitting in my chair. I'm sitting there talking to my colleagues, and I see her at the doorway. I'm like, what the? Girl, you're not media. You was mean mugging me in the courtroom. What are you doing here?
She's a character for sure. But I think considering you know, like you said, her allegiance, and she's clearly picked a side for her to do that live, to give all of that information, because no one else has done that whatsoever. Revealed any information about
touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, so for her to do it, and then he clearly trusts her. They have prayer meetings or whatever. I think that could be perceived. So she's someone on his side, and she's being used to intimidate witnesses. So yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then, you know, she has her people that are loyal to her that likes to fight her battles, and some of those people just plain scary. Her supporters are scary. Sorry, it's my son. But yeah, some of her supporters are scary. So I think they could be looking at some kind of witness intimidation. I'm very intrigued by this though. And then why would she wait a whole month to talk about she's gonna file a motion to, she called it squash.
Right.
Why would she wait that long to talk about it? Because actually we're going into October, so it's almost 2 months that all of us, it's way too late to do anything about that.
Well, let me ask you a question. I said when she mentioned it on social media, do you think she was mentioning it to I guess rally the people, or she was mentioning to send a signal to the people that she might shouldn't be talking to, and she's putting it out there publicly? Oh, I said this on my live. I was sending it to everybody, but could have been intentionally being done to probably get to the people that she probably shouldn't be talking to, because the phone might be tapped.
You know her better than I do. I don't think she's smart enough to do that. To be honest with you, I don't think she's smart enough to do anything like that. But you know her better than I do. Because, you know, when I first encountered her and started, you know, seeing her videos, I thought she was just kind of sweet, kind of naive lady, just didn't know any better, or wasn't quite all there. But I thought she was harmless.
Okay, so Tina said, she also said there was one other person who got the notice. Well, if there's one other person, who else would she know that would got the notice? But Sonia.
Well, see, the thing is, it's criminal, like you said. They don't actually have to notify. I don't know who else would, unless they're doing the same. Well, you know what? Sonia did have a YouTube channel. Oh, maybe, yeah, you're right about that. She had phone calls.
Oh, Tina,
she's recording herself.
Tina. Well, hold on.
Oh, sure.
Janetta. Yeah, are you talking about with the letter R, Tina? I ain't gonna say the name. I'm gonna say the letter R. Are you talking about the letter R? Because the letter R know a lot of stuff. The letter R know a lot of stuff. Oh yeah. I'll leave it at that. But yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
The letter R.
Me and Tina know what the letter R. We know who the letter R is. And she does talk.
Oh,
She does talk to her a lot, but I think she talks to her more on phone. I don't think they really communicate certain nefarious things over. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
okay. I'm out of the loop on that one. Then I don't really know
Right.
who that
Well, we ain't
is.
saying the name. We ain't saying the name. We ain't saying the name. That person
Well,
likes.
maybe somebody can let me in on that. But I think it's like you said. Maybe it's Sonya, the other person that received this notice, because she had a lot of interesting things on her YouTube channel as well, and she's deleted them. So Google would have still have the records.
Yeah,
I would.
absolutely. Yeah, of course they
So
would.
maybe that's it.
Of course, you
Oh,
see just with these cases that these two high profile cases we're watching now, they pull everything. They go way back. They went back from the 2015. I don't know if they subpoenaed those records back then when Paul Howard. We're talking about the YSL when Paul Howard was investigating, or they were recent documents. I think they were recent. They were subpoenaed. I think the business don't have to retain records. Don't have to retain records for like 7 years
I
or up
believe
to
it's 7 years, but cell phones, the text messages, they only keep them for 3 days. You have to move fast on those, very fast. And a lot of times, by the time you realize there could be some valuable evidence there,
it's
it's
gone.
already gone because they don't
Right,
have the storage capacity for
right,
text messages. But
right.
as far as like the records, the call records, and then all the other records they can keep. But we text so much these days that they can't, they don't have enough storage capacity because we text more than we talk. It used to be a time where you could get those records, but you can't anymore. So yeah, but this most records are required to be kept about 7 years. Because I know I
Right.
had to keep my records on file for 7 years, and then you destroy them. So that most companies have a system wall that goes through, and they have it set up to where, you know, things will get destroyed every 7 years.
Right.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
but I like the way you think though. So I know you're gonna keep us informed. You get any new information because I'm very intrigued by this. I want to know more about this, why they're into her records and what, who is the other person that also received this notice that. So when they
Yeah.
received the notice, was it pertaining to her records or their own individual Google account?
Don't know. I know I didn't get one.
And if she said it was from 2021, or
Right.
was that a mistake?
Well, 2021. And then, if you're a good investigator and you work in a case, you're going to take your investigation as far back as the first allegation was made. You're going to go that far back, and then you may want to go further. In the case of Eric Adams, they went back to when he was Brooklyn Borough president, and they were able to see his commingling with the Turkish government, and that was back to 2015. And they went from 2015 to the present. So they do a deep dive.
Yeah, that's true. They may have wanted to just kind of see exactly what was going on. There was some, but she, of course, we know she weren't seeing it coming into contact with Nestor until maybe at the end of last year when she connected with Sonya. But they don't know that. They get rely on what we know on YouTube, so they could just do a search and do subpoenas and just go back because it don't hurt to get everything versus just
Right.
what you think you need. So yeah, that
Garbage,
is true.
garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think about it because I was wondering if she just made a mistake or she just gave out some false information. But yeah, that's a good point you made too. They would just go ahead and just get all the records from all those years just to be on the safe side. Okay,
Absolutely.
I like the way you think. I like the way you think. How much is your membership? Because I have a lot of
Uh,
memberships already. I may have to join.
you might have to cancel a few of those and come on over to the bright side. Listen. Uh, One more won't hurt. Get rid of the Netflix account. I don't know. Just
Oh, I'm cheap. I don't do Netflix. I don't do any of that. Yeah, and I don't even pay for the premium YouTube. I just deal with the commercials. I'm cheap. Mm-mm.
uh,
Yeah, I'm a bankruptcy lawyer, so I'm always trying to cut corners, the costs or whatever, and I try to encourage my clients to as well because
right.
times are hard.
The thing with the having an iPhone, and I'm always seeing like charges come out from iPhone. Like, wait a minute, where this
I
come from?
know, and
That's
they iPhone charge you extra. Like if I try to buy an ad for my business, iPhone is going to take on an extra $30, so I don't buy it through my phone. I don't understand
Oh,
why Apple putting on an extra charge. I had to pay Facebook, then I just turn around and pay Apple a fee on top of that.
well, you might we might do a class. Just have to do a seminar on what you do and help people navigate through their finances. We may let's
I would love that because when I go to court, it's very few people that look like me, and Black people get screwed over more so in bankruptcy than anyone. So I would love to do that, and a lot of people don't realize how it can help them. And there's a lot of bad information on Twitter, and so yeah, it's a game changer. It's saved people from getting evicted. It saved a lot of people. It was people I worked with last year. They were about to get evicted. Now they have 2 cars that's paid off, and about to buy a house.
It helps you rebuild your credit. It helps you.
Yeah, they're about to buy a house next year. People don't
Right.
realize that. So yeah, it's a game changer.
People learn. You can learn a lot from Donald Trump too, because Donald Trump he used the bankruptcy code to his benefit.
They've changed a lot of rules since he's really taken advantage of it, but yeah, he did use it to get out of paying people, paying creditors, especially builders and contractors. Yeah, a lot of them got screwed over. So yeah, but when I do those Chapter 13s, that is my goal. I'm not gonna lie, to make sure that my clients don't have to pay back 100%. Sometimes they just have to if they have a lot of income, but a lot of times I have where $100,000 in debt is owed, and I propose a pot plan for $20,000. It gets approved, and it gets approved, and they get to walk away from $80,000.
We're gonna do that seminar. We're gonna reach out to me. I'm gonna post my email address there. We'll set something up and we'll plan together.
Awesome. And I'm gonna do some more research into these subpoenas on a criminal side, because I don't know about that. And yeah, we'll definitely because I'm intrigued by this as well. But I'll let you go and let somebody else come up, because I know I've been quite nosy enough.
It's all good. It's good. You add to the conversation. I was ready to take you out.
Oh no. I'm not one of those. Her supporters are so scary.
Yeah.
They jumped on me because I was trying to tell her that Sonya is not what did she say, Durham Diamonds or something, Danielle Diamonds. She was saying that Sonya was Danielle Diamonds. I don't know what she was saying, but I was trying to tell her that was, and Jeanette, they just went off on me. I was like, oh my God, these people are scary.
Okay, shout out to Wisdom Daughter in the building. I see Wisdom Daughter. My New Yorker. I just realized you was from New York, Wisdom Daughter. You need to get up on here. I dropped the link, Wisdom Daughter. Get on up here. I heard what you did last night.
Oh, well, I'll go ahead and drop down.
I posted my email address. We could talk about doing something soon. I'm gonna drop. Did I kick you out?
No.
Yeah, so I posted the email address in the chat, so you can just shoot me an email.
Okay, yes, I'll do that. I'll go ahead and drop down, let somebody else come up.
All right. Thank you, love. Appreciate you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Drop that link again. I don't know where V is at. V need to get up here. Get up here. Okay. Oh, I know you. I know you was out of the country. I dropped the link if you want to come up, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up. Come on up. I know you're probably mad you can't get in the comment section. The haters can't get in the comment section. It's members only. You got to be a member to hate over here. You got to be a member to hate over here. Ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful New York sister, Wisdom Daughter, who's been mentioned in the Nestor case inadvertently.
What's up, Dennis? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I opened up a can of worms last night. But yeah, we had to talk about it. We definitely had to talk about this scheming and scamming and whatnot.
Scheming and scamming.
It was interesting because one of her own mods actually admitted to running a Ponzi scheme. Now, it may not have been what we typically think of as a Ponzi scheme, but the fact that she actually said it and used those words and then tried to explain it away, I don't think her subscribers and moderators knew that this mod had paid for a lawyer, because according to her, she lawyered up when really her mod is paying for the lawyer. And now you're trying to get people to collectively give you money, and you're secretly splitting that with this mod to pay her back for paying for your lawyer's fees. Yeah, that smells like a scam to me. I'm just saying.
Hey, Dennis.
Miss Lady T, the dreaming team. The dream team?
Yes.
What's up, girl? What you got to say?
I want to ask you, I'm not trying to be off topic, but Diddy trial starts in January?
No, it's not a trial date yet. He has a hearing on a status hearing, October 10th.
Yeah, because I heard say the trial really starts in January, I heard.
It's not going to start in January. Not at all. No way. This is a very, very complex case.
Are they doing the hearing first?
Yeah, it's going to be a hearing October 10th.
Oh, okay. October 10th?
October 10th. But catch my appearance on the Court TV. I think they had me on Friday and ran it Saturday. But I was on Court TV talking about the Diddy case.
Ooh, he about to tell on everybody.
You think? But thank you for coming up.
I know he is.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. I want to stick on topic right now because we got the Wisdom daughter in the building.
Hello, Wisdom daughter.
Hello, Miss Lady T. How are you?
All right.
I want to give a shout out to Dennis because, sometimes when you are standing up for what is right, it can be very lonely, especially when you're standing up and everyone stands and everyone else falls back. So I just want to shout out to you, Dennis, for also speaking on this topic and speaking not just your truth, but speaking the truth. You have presented a lot of information to us. You've been, warning us just as I have. You've been very professional about it. You could have been very messy. You weren't. You presented it in a very professional manner, and you've given people the opportunity to see and judge for themselves. I
appreciate those words. Sometimes we just have to play the background. Other times we have to step up and just point out the BS. But in doing it in a manner which, she is not the only one. I went against a sheriff last week. I kind of, I regret it because I realized he's a member. He was a former Marine. I'm like, oh my goodness, I got daughter's an officer. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? But but he played me too. But I had to give it to him. I keep it.
Don't shoot the sheriff. But she likes to play victim and point fingers. And I think it's important for people to really understand what's going on. Now, after you've understood what's going on and you've seen it and you still want to support and do that, that's your business. But you can't say that you didn't know. And I've been saying it for months that she's in a lot of trouble and that they're coming for her. And for her, it's a it's a game. Well, she's not going to be kikiing and smiling when she's in an orange jumpsuit. This is very serious. And I don't think people realize how serious it really is because it's just the tip of the iceberg. But she's in a world of trouble. And I don't know what moderator is going to pay for this new lawyer because the last moderator used her Amex. So they running.
Did that person get on and blast her? Did she promise to pay her back?
No. So here's what happened. So there was a whole. So this live was from 3 months ago. It was from March. Actually, I'm saying 3 months ago. That was more than 3 months ago. Anyway, it was from a few months ago. I believe it was back in March. And there were arguments going on across the mods because apparently a group of people were on a different live bad-mouthing Sylvia and talking about this scam situation and how she's using the money. So ultimately what happened is that the mods got together and said, okay, we're going to support her. She's going to the court. We're going to support her in this. YouTube takes a big chunk of the money that you get from super chats and super stickers, which is not correct, by the way. They do take a portion, but they don't take a big chunk. Anyway, but they wanted it to be via Cash App. And the idea was, will everyone put in money in the pool, send all this money to her Cash App, and then another mod said that they would match it. So if it was 300, they would match the 300. If it was 600, they would match the 6. And Ahmad, who apparently was with Sylvia from the beginning, who they have since blocked, said, well, where are the receipts? Is this person really matching all this money? Because this is every day, 600 one day, 800 another day, 300 another day. I want to see the receipts. Where is she really that rich? Where is she getting all this money from? So she came up to clear up what the issue is. And she said, you know, since I started all this, let me explain what's going on. And that's when she revealed that she had paid Sylvia's lawyer fees when she got arrested. And she told Sylvia, so when you collect this money, instead of me matching it and throwing in what I would throw in, just put that toward what you have to pay me back for this lawyer. And what ultimately that means is that whatever Sylvia was collecting, she was giving maybe say half to this moderator to pay her back for her paying for this lawyer. So you didn't give this money as a gift, right? You gave it, but now you're coming with a scam to get everybody to throw money into a pot that they're thinking is going to support Sylvia when really part of it is going to pay you back. Why not just say that? Why not just come clean and say, hey, listen, guys, this is what I did, you know, for our content creator. We love her. So I need you guys to help me so I can reap my money back. What's happening is that a lot of people didn't know that. And when they found out that the money was being split, that was the issue. You cannot collect money from people like that, especially, and this is why I think it's going to be an issue. And I'm going to talk about it later tonight some more. But this is why I think it's going to be an issue, because they did it via Cash App. If they did it via YouTube, then it's people individually just giving random. But if they're collecting money like that via Cash App, and she said, I wanted Sylvia to have the cash right away, but it makes it easier for her to send that money over to her. Because if they sent the money to Sylvia via YouTube, YouTube is going to take their cut, which is what, 20, 30%, Dennis? I don't remember. And then you're going to wait a whole month. You're going to wait a month. So whatever check you get for September was for whatever money you generated for August. And so apparently...
Hold that thought right there. Don't do nothing.
Gotcha.
Stay right there. Hold on 1 second.
Gotcha.
I got to do this. Hold on. Let me put this here real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yep, that's right. That's right. Put it up there. Y'all support Dennis on his Cash App, Hip Hop Inquirer. And so she wanted the cash to make it easier for Sylvia to send her cut to pay her back for this lawyer. But I don't think that was information that everybody was privy to. And so a number of people were in the chat, on the live chat, saying that, you know, that's a scam, that's fraud. I'm not supporting a scammer, because you basically lied about what you're doing with the money. And if people knew what it was for, they may or may not have decided to contribute.
Okay, hold on. Turn your sound in the background. Got a lot of noise in the background. State your name, please. Okay, what's your name? Go ahead, Wisdom.
No problem. So I think that's what the challenge is. You know, if we look at Donald Trump kind of got in trouble for the same thing, right? His lawyer paid off Stormy Daniels for him, and then he's writing checks saying that it's for lawyers' fees, and who knows where the money's coming from to pay back the lawyer. And you can't misrepresent what you're doing with the money. And so why would it not ring true for YouTube as well? Right. If people are contributing to your cause, your content, and they're saying, you know what, I appreciate you running down to the courtroom every day, even though we didn't ask you to do that. I don't know if people are sending money to Dennis Byron every day and he's in the courtroom every day. Are they giving Dennis gas money? Are they paying Dennis's bills and fees and whatnot? I don't know. But apparently that's what they're doing to support her, because she doesn't get enough money from YouTube, apparently. And so they want the money to go to her Cash App, but they misrepresented what the money was for. And I don't think people realize that that's what they were doing. So why not just be honest? Right. Why not just be honest?
I mean, especially with the laws are now, like, you know, even on social media, like Instagram or even YouTube, if you have a paid sponsor and you're dropping they tell you when you start selecting things, is this a sponsored YouTube video, is it paid ads and insert in it? They ask you the stuff in advance. So you either say yes or no, or, so.
Correct.
I mean, the fact that she mentioned wisdom, I lost you. The fact that she mentioned that she, I don't know, lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm bringing you back up.
I got thrown out by accident. That was me.
Oh, okay.
But correct. But my thing is, why lie about it? If it wasn't that big of a deal, and this person is saying, well, it's my money and you can't tell me what to do with my money, but it's not really her money anymore, because now she's pulling money from other moderators and subs to reimburse her for what she put out for Sylvia's legal fees. So basically, it's the other
tax return. She has in her tax return. She has to mention gifts received.
Listen, I can't even tell you what they're doing or not doing. I don't think people realize that when you're taking money in through Cash App, that is reportable income. So I don't really know. But if
statement.
Yeah, if she's not careful, the infamous one may end up having, tax issues with the IRS.
So you say she has Nestor Nestor-like behavior going on?
Absolutely. You want to know what's funny, Dennis, real quick? You want to know what's funny? So I told you guys that I popped on the live for a second. I was literally in church. You know what the pastor said when he started his sermon? He said that when you have a purpose and you walk in your purpose, you will never have to chase money. And if you're walking in your God-given purpose, it will chase you.
Absolutely.
So, this, and I said to myself, wow, how ironic is that? Because I never discussed this with my pastor. He doesn't even know about my channel or any of this that's going on, but it was a good message. She's chasing after money because this is not what she's supposed to be doing. And I'm just going to leave it at that. What she's doing is not legal. The lies and everything else, when you're doing the right thing, you don't have to lie. Dennis, have you ever had to lie for $1?
No, I had to work hard for $1.
Right, but you ain't never had to lie, right? You ain't never had to scam people and cheat and defraud people.
No.
Right? No.
And eventually that's all going to come back and hit you in the head. But what I want to ask you is, after that whole situation, there's another hearing coming up October 2nd for Nestor.
Yep. Yes.
And I filed my paperwork on time.
Yeah, I did. I did as well. I filed my paperwork back in July, and then was it July or August? Maybe it was July, late July. Then I refiled it because I didn't hear anything, and I realized the first document had an error on it. But the PIO told me that they did receive it. They're following up on it, and they're going to get it signed.
Are you coming in? You gonna show up?
Yeah, I will be there on October 2nd.
Oh.
So you will get to see me in the flesh. You will get to see Wisdom's daughter in the flesh. I will be there.
My fellow New Yorker. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Eric Adams obviously was indicted last week.
Yep.
Being from New York, how did you feel when you heard that this is the first mayor in modern time that has been indicted for a crime while in office?
Disappointed because he knows better, and disappointed that he got caught up like that. They have been trying to get him on something for the better part of a year, and so he should have anticipated the setup. And so, unfortunately,
I won't say it's a setup. And unlike a lot of things, if you read the indictment, this guy was literally in bed with the Turkish government.
Well, who's good friends with the Turkish government that we know that would not like him very much? Those are Trump's people. China, Trump's people.
Well,
Russia, Trump's people.
If I put cheese in the rat trap, is it my fault that you ate the cheese, or is it your fault that is it like whose fault is it?
It will be my fault. Listen, I love me some cheese, so I might have got caught up like Eric Adams, and I would be disappointed in you for setting me up. But the thing is, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it was a rat trap, and he fell for it, right? And so
I think he sold the city out. Let's be honest here. This guy.
But I'm not taking the blame off of him because, as I said, he knew better. He's former law enforcement. He knows the law, and it was his job to uphold the law. And so it's not like he didn't know that it was wrong. I just figured I think in his mind he thought it was no big deal. People do it all the time. But sir, you're a black man. Okay. You're not going to be treated the same way as Trump. You're not going to get the Donald Trump treatment. I'm sorry, because you're not a former president and you're a black man. And so I just think that he should have been doing it by the book and accepting trips and flying to Turkey. Okay, I've flown on Turkish Airlines and it is amazing. Okay, they give you the cover that goes over your eyes so you can sleep. The seats, even in coach, lay down like a bed. They give you lip balm and slippers and a bathrobe. It was amazing. I flew 14 hours to Israel. I've made several trips to Israel.
And multiply that times the upgrades.
Yeah. Okay. And so he got the royal treatment. But the thing is, he received those funds and misrepresented where they came from. He knows that that's illegal. He knows that taking funds.
He didn't report it because he had to report to the COIB.
Right.
He didn't do that, and he also he hasn't accounted for the $10 million that was paid to his various his campaign funds. What happened to the $10 million? We don't know that yet. So there may be a superseding indictment as well because we don't know where the $10 million went at.
Exactly. And that's exactly my point. You know, what other people can get away with, you necessarily won't get away with. And so even if it's industry standard or practice to do these things, knowing that they're illegal, what would make him think that as a black man that he could do it and get away with it, even though we know that many people have done this? We can pull out a lot of names that have done this, but he was a target. He should have known better. And when you know better, you do better. And then he's acting like he didn't do anything wrong. Again, that's a problem. But do you really expect the man to come on TV and say, yeah, I might have done some stuff. We just going to have to see how it works. No, he's going to do what everybody else does and deny it. But a denial doesn't mean that he's not going to suffer the consequences of what he did. And go ahead.
No, I think, and you know something, Miss Buckeye, you hit the nail on the head. The building inspection, the fire chief and the fire prevention supervisor, I find that so egregious in that we had 9/11. I mean, fire department's role and the inspector's role to make sure these buildings are safe before they go into operation is pivotal to life. I used to be an inspector. And I know that if I didn't inspect the duct flooding system in these businesses in this game of passing grade, or didn't check the tags on these extinguishers and make sure they were up to date and up to code, that can put someone's life at risk. And he sold the city out. He basically told someone they had so many failed inspections. And when he put the pressure on the fire chief to write a letter so they can get their building in operation, that was a major problem. And there may be other situations that we don't know about. I think a lot.
I think there are other things that went on that haven't been mentioned yet. And you know, unfortunately, he has been up to some shady stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did vote for him, but I will say this: even when I went to the voting booth to vote for him, I felt in my spirit that he wasn't necessarily somebody who could be trusted. But I was hoping that that was just a feeling, and I voted for the man anyway. But just because there's been so many things that have happened in the city, and he's done some good, but there's just a lot of times where he dropped the ball. And you know,
well, him being the second black mayor, David Dinkins, who I used to play doubles with, great mayor.
Great man. I met him several times. Great man.
Great mayor. You know, while he only had one term, he had a lot of pressure, you know, with the whole Crown Heights situation. And, you know, but Eric Adams, he had, you know, I'll just say being, you know, heading the Black Guardians Association and then being the Brooklyn Borough president. I mean, he could have wrote his own ticket. He could literally wrote his own ticket.
If he would have done things right, you know, right. I don't know what the enticement was. I just don't understand why he put himself in this situation. Did he think because he's former law enforcement he was going to get away with it? I'm not sure, but I know that a lot of things have happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. It feels like since and I hate to say this because he's a black man, but it seems like ever since he became mayor in the city just went to all hell. And that was one of the reasons why I moved out of the city, because there was too much going on, you know, and I where I was living was a decent neighborhood, but if you go right underneath the bridge, it's a completely different neighborhood.
Were you in Harlem?
No, Lower Manhattan, Lower East Side,
okay.
LES.
Okay.
Yeah, so think Brooklyn Bridge, think Williamsburg Bridge, think Delancey Street,
right.
Think Canal Street.
I know.
That's okay. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live, but that's close enough. It's within walking distance.
That's my stomping grounds. Trust me. I had a studio on 6th and Grand for years where I could, you know, go on my roof and see the World Trade Center.
What you know about Grand Street?
No, my office was right across the street from the Moondance Diner, where the Spider-Man was made with Tobey Maguire, and that they shot that while I was in that building.
What year did you have that office?
Oh my God, this was back in had to have been the 90s.
Early 90s or late 90s?
Late 90s.
Yeah. It depending.
I was there was a steakhouse that was across the street from the diner, and I took over the second floor, and I had a studio and everything there. And then right around the corner was the radio station on Varick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You was in my neck of the woods.
Oh.
That is ultimately where I grew up the most of my life. If it was late 90s, I might have been in North Carolina at that point, and then came back in the 2000s. But yeah. So it's I don't want to get too far off topic, but yeah, it's just disappointing, because when people look at the Black community, they're looking for a reason to say, see, that's why they shouldn't be in office. And I know that it shouldn't be that way, but we really do carry the burden when we're in these offices of our entire race. And when one does wrong, the finger gets pointed at the entire race.
Absolutely.
You know,
we all catch it. You know, and again, like Hawk Newsom, shout out to Hawk Newsom, who shot him down during that press conference. That's my guy, by the way, Hawk Newsom for Black Lives Matter. He shot him down at that press conference at Gracie Mansion, and
wow.
I mean, he said it best. This is not a Black issue. This is this is his own personal issue. This has nothing to do with the Black people. What he did affected the entire city, and he's been. I would just say he's had issues, like you said, since he got into office, and I think that's partly due to some of his appointments, and while the migrant issue is a big issue, it's a major issue, because New York's not the way we know New York to be. We used to be able to walk up 8th Avenue, and we had some homeless at the Port Authority, but never is as bad as it is now, especially like by the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you didn't have migrants hanging all out in the hotels, some of the nicest hotels, the Grand Hyatt, the Park Plaza. It's my goodness.
I have a question for you, Dennis. Just getting back to the Sylvia situation, because I did a poll last night, asking people what they thought that situation, was all about. And you may have covered this earlier, because like I said, I was in and out of the live, I was at church. But what are your thoughts on what happens now? What are your thoughts on the trouble that she has stirred up for herself within Fulton County, in terms of them looking into her Google accounts, which is YouTube, and her Gmail and her photos and all of that, her search history,
the subpoena of her phone records, all that stuff that she probably don't know yet, but I'm sure they subpoena her phone records. Like I said earlier, you know, her communications. They want to know what her communications is, and your phone is one of the key pieces of evidence that they can use to see what you were saying to, who you were saying it to, and who may know more. You know, this is a RICO case, so they gotta exclude. They may want to just search her stuff to exclude her from criminality, or they want to include her. Who knows?
Right.
Again,
but they're searching for something. And where there's smoke, there's fire is what I said. Would you agree? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So because they're not looking into you.
Right.
Right. She claimed that other YouTubers got that same email. Did you get an email? I didn't get an email. It's always with the lies with her. And I think it's important for people to understand what's really going on, because she's not going to tell the truth. You know, and again, it's all alleged until it all comes out. But you know, we can use common sense, and from what we've seen, it's not a good look. That picture that I put up, she took it. That was on her community wall. She took it down, but I had already saved a screenshot of it.
Which picture? Because I didn't stay.
The picture. Oh, I had the picture of her and Sonia. Remember when she went to lunch with Sonia?
We don't need that picture, because Sonia tried to get in the media room. We don't need that picture.
Yeah, I heard that she was in the media room. That's what I heard, that she actually was in there.
She was in there when I was in there. She didn't walk in.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there, but I heard that she was actually in there. But I also heard from you that she was trying to get in, and who you think, if she got in, who let her in. But yeah, I mean, it seems like she's trying to dissociate herself from that. If you notice, she didn't even mention the word Nestor.
She didn't show up at the last hearing.
I know.
And it wasn't because she was at YSL, because they had broke 2 hours earlier, and we had all that time. So she didn't try to come in. She didn't want to be there, because they were literally picking on you guys. They were picking. Yeah. They're picking on us. Like, wait a minute, the stuff you're talking about, sir, is the person you're trying to shield. And he's going to obviously have to answer to that down the road, because I'm sure people have filed their necessary complaints. But that's
absolutely, indeed, with receipts. You know, before you listen to side chicks of your client, you may want to do a deeper dive and find out who has credentials for media and who doesn't. But do you think she's going to show up next week?
If I say no, she'll probably say I'm gonna show up just to prove them wrong. So I'll say no.
Dennis,
I'm gonna say no.
You should do a poll. You should poll it. You should poll it on your live and see what the viewers think. Is Infamous Sylvia going to show up to the Ernest Williams trial next Tuesday? It's Tuesday, right?
Here's a better poll. How many of you think that she's going to be added to the witness list?
Yeah. The witness list or the person of interest list?
Well, I mean, the prosecution could put her on the. I think she's going to be put on the witness list. I think that's a high probability.
Yeah,
she's going to be put on the witness list, and her phone records or whatever they have, she's going to be
subpoenaed. Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to put her on something. I think she's going to be subpoenaed personally for information, maybe her phone records and stuff.
If you read the motion that attorney Deputy DA Wooten filed, it was nothing about prayer in what he was saying that she had said. It had nothing to do with prayer. It was more to his case and him saying.
I read it.
Yeah, so it
was not good. It was a whole transcript of her video visits. And you're right. There was nothing mentioned about prayer or the Bible. It was the questions that she was asking him about his family, the case, his wife. You know, and I remember some of those videos where Nestor was kind of hesitant to ask, and then he got upset because she was talking about the whole cheating aspect and whatnot. And in these text messages, we read Nestor tell Sonia, listen, tell her that we're not talking about marriage or cheating or none of that, or the case or none of that. But she still would try to throw it in there. And that's what was that's what was presented to the judge in the filing. So definitely not good. This is not, and plus she still has an open case. And I don't know what bearing that has on this.
they still had to flesh that out. You know, I don't know, you know, what the status on that situation, but
because of the harassment and the stalking, and you know, is it possible that in this case they can make the case of her obstructing justice or potentially harassing and stalking victims, because she was definitely gathering information about at least our victim and passing it to Sonia, who then passed it to Ernesto. The same
well,
with
that may show a pattern in her other case, that you know the levels that she would go to probe. I used to work probe. I use probe for right now, that she would go to get information. And is it in line with journalistic professional standards? They're going to look at that. In that video of Judge Whitaker pretty much admonishing her, you don't think that's going to come back and bite her some point down the road? That
absolutely, because it's compounded, Dennis. This is not one isolated thing. This is one thing on top of another on top of another. The other issue is that my mom is telling me to listen to you. She doesn't know that I'm up here. The other issue, she loves you, by the way. My mama loves her some Dennis Byron.
Hey, mom.
Yeah, she's married, but she said, you know, if she wasn't, but anyway, but I'm gonna get in trouble, Lord. I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, but yeah,
I ain't trying to catch those strays.
But the other issue is that Nestor's son gave Sylvia the video of his daughter having a mental health crisis or breakdown. I think it was a video where I didn't watch it, but they said that she was pleading for help. And so Dion gave that, and there's documented evidence in those text messages that Dion gave the video to Infamous Sylvia. Infamous Sylvia proceeds to put it up on her membership. She created a level that was $499. Instead of people want to see it, they'll pay $500 to see it. Do you remember that?
Wow.
Did you know that?
I never seen it. I didn't have the 500 to see it, so I didn't. I wasn't trying to look at it for real.
Yeah, I had it, but I wouldn't pay 5 cents. I wouldn't pay 5 cents because that's a Christian thing to do. We're just gonna exploit this young lady. Nestor was desperate for this video because he felt it was going to exonerate him in some way. He felt it would be evidence to prove his innocence, and you exploit the young lady by putting it up for profit. But none of her subs and mods have an issue with that.
Well, they don't now, but let's just see what, because I think this trial is going to start in October, November. I think this trial starting in October. It's trial ready October. His case is trial ready in October.
Oh, you talking about Nestor?
Yes.
October 2nd. We said, starting next week.
Yeah, next week. This is
so
jury selection will probably be in the next 3 weeks, but they have to sort out all the prelim stuff.
Yeah. One last question for you. This hearing that's going to take place on October 2nd, what do you anticipate is going to occur at that hearing? For those who haven't been in the courtroom, who've never been at the start of a trial, who don't understand how this works, what can we expect in your professional opinion on October 2nd?
It's going to be a final plea. If there's a plea on the table, this is going to be an opportunity for him to accept the plea, or you turn the plea down, and the judge is going to mark it, start voir dire. It's not much more. They're going to start voir dire. They're going to try to fight whatever evidence they don't want. Well, forget voir dire for right now. It's going to be whatever evidence they're trying to bring into the trial. They're going to have to argue that. Mr. Wooten has, and I'm going to check and see if there's more recent filings, but once this trial ready, it's just a matter of what can come in, what cannot come in, and then they'll start voir dire, start picking the jury. This case is not going to be a YSL type case where it's going to last months and months. This case will be over in probably 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think it's a 2-week trial.
Even with all those witnesses, there are 100 people on the witness list.
This guy's not. I don't think this trial is going to last more than 2 weeks.
Okay.
With this judge, I don't think so. I think this case will be over in 2 weeks. This is not that kind of case, you know. Well, it's a RICO case, true. 30 days maximum. 30 days maximum. I don't
That's
see
your prediction, 30 days?
30
Okay.
days. 30 days.
All right.
30 days from the time the jury is seated.
Okay, from 30 days from the time of jury selection. From
the time jury is seated, once there's opening arguments, 30 days maximum.
Okay. I feel like it's gonna last a little bit longer than that, maybe 2 to 3 months. I don't anticipate it lasting more than 2 to 3 months, but I think it's gonna be more than a month. But
I'm taking bets. I'm taking bets.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm not betting for money. I'm betting for bragging rights.
Yeah, that's all. That's what we're doing. Mr. Wooten, Mr. Wooten. I know how thorough you are because he's a very thorough prosecutor. Very thorough. He knows a lot. And I would tell you, when he came and took over Nathan Wade's spot as far as the election interference, he was ready to go. And and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna share some of his arguments that he made that because I'm part of the pool in that. But he's very thorough, and this is another one of his big cases. So we'll see.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for letting me be up. Send me an email. I don't have a way to contact you. Email me at iamwisdomsdaughter@gmail.com so I have your contact information.
Well, I just posted mine. I posted mine.
Oh, where?
Right here.
Oh, okay. I can't see the chat from up here.
Okay, hold on a second.
Once I drop down, I'll be able to see it.
Okay, I'm typing right there.
Okay.
Just send me right there. It's right there, and I'm gonna drop you down. And thank you, Wisdom Door, for coming in. This has been good. This has been really good.
Awesome. Always.
And tell your mom said what's up.
I will. I will, and I'll see you Tuesday.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stand by. I just got a private message. Let's see. I did. Okay. And thank you for that. I want to I saw the conflict that Attorney Wooten filed. He filed a conflict, but the conflict is that he's going to be in two courtrooms. He's going to be in the same building. It's still going on the second, but I think that once one concludes, and I think the first case, which is not Nestor's, is going to probably be dealt with. He told in his conflict letter, he informed the court that shouldn't last too long. But unlike the defense attorney representing Nestor, he's not notifying the court that there's going to be a slight delay. So the case may start at about 11, 12 o'clock maybe, but it's still going down for the second, unless the judge has a busy calendar. But I think it's going down for the second. But we're still in the building, nevertheless. Hold on a second. I see some things coming in. Stand by. Okay. Now, I saw the conflict letter, and I think the conflict is it's going to happen that day, but it'll probably happen later because he had to be another judge. And I want to say that's a arraignment. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to post the link again, ladies and gentlemen. We did pretty good. Guys, wait a minute. We've been on this thing for 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 5 more minutes and we're out of here. You have any other things to ask the questions now? If you want to jump in the comments, jump in the chat real quick. You come up. I'm taking everybody. I'm taking everybody right now. I'm taking everybody. Everybody can get it today. Let's go. Here we go. All right, so no other questions before I get out of here. I gotta go walk some dogs. Got some puppies to walk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you for all the support. Make sure you are following, subscribing, liking, and locked in. Locked in. Someone taking you right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Read the comments. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see if let me read some of the comments. Let's see if it's someone said read the comments. Hold on. Let's see. See above. Let me see. Let's see. Debo. I don't care about that loser. Let's see here. Guys, you know what you got to do to make the comments stand out. So many comments coming in here. Let's see. Of course, you know they're going to do that. That's what they do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they do. Leave those jurors alone. Stop harassing those jurors. That's what I'll say to you. Leave those jurors alone. Stop intimidating the jurors. We'll just say that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I got to walk some beautiful puppies. Until next time. We'll see you on the next live. I'm out.